I wanted to do something like this for a while, but looking to make my audio sound less bad delayed things. The plan is to recommend lesser known manga, and I'll be starting with this video about the Decagon house murder. This manga is an adaptation of a novel by Yukito Ayatsuji, while the artist is Hiro Kiyohara. Those names might not ring any bells, but if you've watched anime for some time, then you might know of another. Yes, that another. So if you enjoyed that one, you have another reason to check this one. But if you didn't like another, then don't worry, because I didn't like it either, unlike this one. The Decagon House Murders is a mystery manga that's only 5 volumes long, and it was published on a magazine aimed at adults. So I wanted to add a disclaimer regarding its content. While it'll show dead people, it's not grotesque, so it won't be showing guts or anything like that. But I must mention that it brings up sexual abuse, though it's not in a graphical manner either. In short, I wouldn't expect anything here to really bother most people. The story follows a group of university students who are part of a mystery club, and most of them decided to go to an abandoned island. The reason for the trip is an incident that happened there 6 months prior, when the 4 people who lived there were found dead in the burned down ruins of a mansion. Those people being an eccentric architect, his wife, and 2 servants. They had ingested sleeping pills. The servants had axe wounds. The wife's left hand had been cut off and taken away, and the architect had been burned to death. The culprit wasn't found, but the police suspects the gardener who started working there not long before. The problem is that he has been missing since the incident. So the group jumped on the opportunity to go there when the member's relative acquired the island. They will spend a week there on the guest house, known as the Decagon house due to its shape. As you might expect, there is no telephone signal on the island, so they won't be able to call for help if anything were to happen. And nothing happens on the first day. But after going to sleep, they find a bunch of tablets with writings like detective, murderer, first victim, second victim, and so on. But the strange things don't end there. As remember that I say that most of the mystery club went to that island. But Kawaminami, who stayed behind, ended up getting a letter by the dead architect claiming that the Chiori who all of you killed was my daughter. The Chiori in question was a club member who died a year back in a shipwreck during a club trip. Kawaminami wasn't even part of that trip, but accusations coming from a purported dead man sparked her curiosity, so she decides to start investigating. The manga will be switching between the perspective of both sides as it progresses and introduces new information. You will be trying to find what's being hidden, who is behind the letters, and what information is a red herring. So you will be constantly thinking about what's going on as the manga develops. So I find it easy to recommend this to anyone who enjoys mysteries. I decided to leave this for last because there's not much to say about the art. I think the artist is very competent, but I admit I was a bit bothered by it at the start, because there's something about the character design, and especially the faces, that kind of makes it feel like I'm reading some sort of romance manga, but you get used to it, so it's not a big deal. If you've read this manga, then I would like to know what you thought about it, because it's not every day that you find someone who read it. Thanks for watching. That's all.